Okay, we're reconvening at Raymond LaBoyd Correctional. We're now here to hear the parole hearing on Neil Babineau. Mr. Babineau, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Neil Babineau, 222961.
Okay, Mr. Babineau. Today we're here for your parole hearing. I'm gonna put some information into the record. You are a second class offender. You had a parole date of 8/1/21. You have a good time date of 7/9/30, a full term date of 4/29/38. You were sentenced to a total of 41 years and 7 months for the offenses of distribution of marijuana, which was revoked on a couple of occasions, and manslaughter. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, today we have in attendance, we have Mr. Kerry Myers from the Louisiana Parole Project. He will be speaking on your behalf. Joshua Ewing, your son-in-law. He'll also be speaking. Nicola, Ewing, your stepdaughter. She will be speaking. And Myrtle Babineau will be joining us, but she will not be speaking. And in opposition, it has it listed as Tessa Daigle, but I'm not quite sure about that one. We will see when Miss Daigle is called upon. So I'll call upon y'all at the proper time. Okay, Mr. Babineau, tell us, what did you do to put yourself in this place? Why are you in prison? And why do you think you're ready to get out today?
There has not been a day that has gone by that I'm not remorseful for my uncle and the hurt and pain it caused our family members, as well as my in-laws. On January 15, 1999, my cousin killed uncle and I aided and abetted after the commission of the crime.
Okay, tell us exactly what happened. Your cousin killed your uncle?
Yes, sir.
And what was your part? What did you do? How did you aid and abet?
I aided and abetted after the commission of the crime. I didn't tell. At a very young age, I began watching my dad drink, thinking it was normal. I started drinking myself, and I became an alcoholic myself. Alcohol affected my life to the ability that I couldn't make conscious decisions in my life. I made a lot of bad decisions.
Okay.
During my incarceration, I have been working on these conscious decisions. I have completed Living in Balance, Substance Abuse Phase 1 and 2, Pre-Release, Anger Management, Inside Out Dad, Nurturing and Parenting, Book of Romans, Acts of Apostles. Currently in Victims Impact and AA, and will be in AA for the rest of my life, helping other alcoholics in their struggle.
Okay.
These are not just programs I have completed in my life.
All right. Thank you for that statement. Okay, first we'll go to Mr. Kerry Myers.
Good morning, board. Kerry Myers with Louisiana Parole Project. To let this board know that we have accepted Mr. Babineau as a client in our program. We did this based on several reasons. Number one, his disciplinary record, which is exemplary. The family support that he has post Parole Project, the programs that he's taken. He served more than 2/3 of his sentence, actually 70% of his sentence. And based on his conduct record, his age at 61 years old, statistically, he's extremely unlikely to reoffend. He's got a sobriety plan. He'll get evaluated through our social work staff. We will ensure that he follows any recommendations. We'll make sure he is connected when he goes to his wife's long-term residence in Sulphur, that he has connections there to continue AA, NA, and any other support that he needs there while he's with our program. He'll get that evaluation. He'll also get mentoring and classes in stress management, social norms, the things that someone in particular who's been in prison for as long as Mr. Babineau has needs to start to readjust. It's essentially we'll allow him to decompress from that, and while he is getting much needed instruction and support doing that. Based on these things, and you can obviously see his remorse, we would ask this board to grant his parole today to Parole Project.
Okay. All right. Next we'll hear from Joshua Ewing.
Yes, sir. At the time that I met Mr. Neil Babineau, he was actually in the same prison as my dad was. And so I've got to spend a little bit of time with him. From what I can see in his character, I don't know what he was like before, but I can definitely say that his character is so that he is repentant of what he's done, that he is moving in the right direction. I don't see him as a dangerous man. I do know that my mother-in-law is in a place where her health is fading, and some of the years of her life are getting lower and lower, and so I feel like he needs to be back home with his family. But I don't see him in any sense of as far as being a dangerous person, or, I don't know what he was like before, but I can see that he's definitely made a change.
Okay, thank you. And then we will hear from Nicola Ewing.
Well, I've known him, I knew him prior to the offense. And of course, he's been married to my mom for a couple of decades. And I have spent time with him while he's in prison as well as not in prison. I know that he has set goals for himself, and he's achieved those goals through.
Okay, I think she disconnected accidentally. If she gets back on, we'll let her complete her statement. So we're going to move on. We're going to hear from Tessa Daigle. Ms. Daigle?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, what would you like us to know, Ms. Daigle?
Good morning. My name is Tessa Daigle, and Neil is my cousin. And I knew him since he was a kid. And I noticed y'all said I'm in opposition, but I'm actually here to say that I think he should come home. Neil and I have been cousins since we were young, and this did happen, and it was my uncle. But I feel like he's always had the biggest heart, and I know that all our family has forgiven him, and I think he's done enough time, and we're ready for him to come home.
Okay. Thank you, Ms. Daigle. I know that I saw where you had told Ms. Tigner that you was unopposed, so we thank you for coming on today. Your case has been assigned to Ms. Renatza, so she will be leading the interview. Ms. Renatza.
Yes. Good morning, Mr. Babineau.
Good morning.
So, Mr. Babineau, this is a rehearing. I see where you came before a parole panel back in, I guess, 2022. And it said, and you were denied, and it was because you had a terrible supervision history, which we know, we've already spoke about that, and that you needed substance abuse treatment. So since that hearing, what classes have you taken to address substance abuse issues?
I took Living in Balance Phase 1 and Phase 2, substance abuse. I took pre-release substance abuse within that program. And I go to AA and NA, and I'm taking a life recovery program.
And something that struck me a while ago when you were making your statement is you said you're going to go to AA for the rest of your life.
Yes, ma'am, helping other alcoholics in our struggle, because I'll never, it's a continuous, it's always going to be a battle. It never goes away.
I'm glad you recognize that.
But with the care of God, with the care of God, my wife, my stepkids, my grandkids, my AA group, Freedom Ministry, my sponsor, Sean Barron, and my church, Bible minister, I got it. My family, and I want to help other people in their struggle too, because we make a lot of conscious decisions in our life, and we don't ever realize them because we're not walking in the world in a sober mind. We just act, and that unconscious decision has so much bearing on the people around you, your family, and you don't even see it. You even hurt yourself sometimes, and you don't even realize it.
So how old are you, Mr. Babineau? 61?
I'm 60, I'm gonna be 62 in June, ma'am.
62. And how long have you been in jail?
28 years.
28 years. So let me just ask this question. You said aiding and abetting, I believe is what you said earlier. And I noticed in your, in the paperwork I have, you say, or you claim I'm guilty of accessory after the fact, but I didn't kill anybody. So tell us what you did. Why do you believe it's accessory after the fact? It's not real clear to me what you did.
Well, after my cousin killed our uncle, I did not say, when I was picked up a question, I didn't say when they asked me what had happened, and I said I didn't say the truth, and I lied to the people saying my uncle was all right.
I understand. Okay. All right. I noticed I wanted to comment that, I see you had a loss of 120 days at good time. That was all given back to you, but was that
Yeah.
a previous period of incarceration? Was that before this?
Yes, that was in Parole, that was, yeah, it was a long time ago.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I don't have any other.
Miss,
I'm gonna just continue a little bit from Ms. Renata. You still hadn't said what you did. You just say after the fact that you didn't tell the truth. I mean, the man was stabbed a bunch. Were you there in the room when that was happening? You were aware of what's happening? I mean,
I used the phone. I went to use the phone. My cousin started stabbing up our uncle. I turned around to see what was going on. When I looked for usually the pistol was right there by the phone. The pistol was, I must have knocked it down because it was found on the floor by the phone, close by the nightstand.
okay.
I turned around, he asked me if I knew where the wallet was at. I said, I don't know where the wallet's at, man. I said, please just let me get out of here. And then when I passed, I left and I went sit in the truck. And when he came back out, I went to my aunt's house and I drank a fifth of tequila and some Bacardi rum. And I passed out. When the cops woke me up, they brought me to the police station, knowing I was on parole, and I told them that nothing had happened. I had left and everything was all right. I didn't.
I was just wondering that while that brutal crime was taking place, what were you doing during that? But you've answered it. You said you were answering the phone.
I still don't understand that. Ma'am, oh God, I fight with this every day. You know, I don't.
You don't understand why you didn't stop it or call for help or any of those things.
I tried, and he, with the gun, I couldn't find the gun at that time. It was on the floor. They took a picture. I saw the picture of the gun, but I guess when I hit the nightstand, I knocked the pistol off, because whenever I turned around to see what was going on, that's the only thing I can see, man.
Okay, thank you for your answers. I know this is painful for you. I know it's painful for any of the victims if they're listening or still involved in any of this. Thank you very much.
okay, I just have one question. How long have you actually served in prison?
Going on 28 years, it's gonna be 28 years, January the 14th.
Okay. That's what I did. I couldn't really figure out with all the ins and outs. Okay, I have no further questions. Is the panel ready to vote? Okay, Ms. Renatza?
All right, Mr. Babineau, I can tell, you're sincerely remorseful for whatever happened that day. I can tell you're genuinely remorseful. Ms. Tisa has spoke to us today. Your family's ready for you to come back home. My vote today is to grant parole to the Parole Project transition plan. And I would add a special condition after you finish the Parole Project and go home. You do at least 2 AA meetings every week, and that's for the rest of your life.
Man, I wanted.
Okay, Ms. Stapleton?
I concur with Ms. Renatza. I mean, a lot of times I'll hear the exact same answers. If I could do it all over again, I would, and that kind of stuff. But you didn't do that. And so I can see the remorse. I do. And you served, what is it, like 3/4 of your sentence or something like that? Your great niece, she spoke. And I know she was involved in that day of the crime, and your family wants you home. So for all the same reasons that Ms. Renatza said, and for the same conditions that she put on it, I agree to parole that.
And I concur with the same conditions as Ms. Renata. Good luck to you, sir. That's it.
God bless you.
All right.